Welcome to the filter module. So this one I'm so excited about because it is really where all the foundation of your business is going to come together. So often I've worked with coaches that get strategies in different areas and from different experts or different coaches that'll tell them one thing for marketing and then another thing for how to enroll, and then they'll have a brand strategy, but none of these have came together. So then what happens to a lot of coaches is they end up having what I call a Frankenstein business model. And that just means where there's bits and pieces. Sometimes a strategy hasn't been addressed. Sometimes it's been over addressed. Sometimes it doesn't make sense and it doesn't follow through to match what you're going to be doing on another strategy. So this is where you're going to holistically decide all your foundational business strategies to grow your coaching business in a way that's consistent, that gives you confidence in everything. So let's jump right in. So what are you going to learn about in the filter module? It's all about filtering your foundational business strategies. And I call it filter because I want to make it as easy as possible for you. So I'm going to teach you what you need to know. And then you're going to go pick from a list in a lot of cases or brainstorm based on what you learn to what makes sense for your coaching business. I believe coaching businesses are not a one size fits all, right? We all have different whys. We have different impacts we want to make. We all have the amount of work that we want to do. Some want more, some want less, some want multi-million-dollar coaching businesses. Some just want a lifestyle business. And all of that is up to you. So that's something to keep in mind throughout the entire CBA, right? We don't want to ever compare ourselves to anyone else's middle at, our beginning, obviously. So I want you to always know where you want to go. And that's why we really spent time doing the plan, the goals, and all that stuff. All right. So filtering your foundational business strategies. Why do we need to do this? Because it's going to capture all the important strategies you need to build your coaching business. So this is it. This is all you need. We don't need to overcomplicate business strategy. We don't need to do anything like that. This is going to be where it captures all those important strategies so that you're not ever spending a ton of time, money, or energy going back to fix something that's at the foundation, right? So if you think about building a house, a coaching business is very similar. We're going to start with the design, the architecture. We're going to then build the foundation, and then we're going to start building out the rooms and then ultimately have the landscaping and all that kind of stuff. But if something is not right in the foundation, nothing else is on kilter, right? So that's why it's important to build these foundational strategies and filter down what you want for your coaching business, okay? When you filter your foundational business strategies, it also helps simplify the process of making one-time business decisions so that we can fast track your coaching business as well. So what I mean by that is a lot of these, we have to just make one-time decisions on what we're going to do. And then we put it into action. So we've got filter, which are to me the one-time business decisions we need to make. And then we get into act, which are these are the things that we need to be in action on a consistent basis, like marketing enrollments, right? So those are the type of things that build upon the foundational business strategies. Also, it provides done-for-you resources to use in your business to eliminate overwhelm. When people don't think of their foundational business strategies as systems or put processes in place, or you end up wasting so much brain energy going back and redoing something or rethinking it versus making a system out of it. For example, when we get to the branding piece of the foundational business strategy and filter, I want you to think of your branding as a system. We don't need to overthink what your next offer, logo, or colors or fonts are going to be because it's already decided, right? It makes everything so much easier. We don't need to eliminate overwhelm. When you need to make a decision, I want you to think carefully and trust your own judgment, because I'm going to teach you what you need to know from a business perspective, because I want you to be super confident in the business side of growing and scaling your coaching business. And I also want you to think carefully about the decision you're going to make, which I know you will, and trust your judgment, right? Like just trust your gut. It needs to make sense, and it needs to feel right in your body and feel right in your heart. And then that's when you know what to go with. There may be times where you make a decision where it doesn't feel 100%, like you're like, yeah, but you need to make the decision and move on. Go apply that 80-20 rule, which I talked to you about in the Infinity exercise, because it's okay. Like if you feel 80% good about it, go for it. You can always adjust and tweak these strategies as it gets later on in your business and all that kind of stuff. But I want you to think in terms of how can I make a decision quickly and feel good about it, okay? Your coaching business is unique to you, your coaching business model. And what do I mean by model? Business model is that holistic view of how your business operates, how it makes money, how it makes impact. So that's a model. Every coaching model is unique because you're unique. So that is unique to you. So always keep that in mind. The more times that you practice making decisions, you're going to get better and better at it. And you're going to get faster at it too. So in the foundational filter module, it's going to be about making decisions. And I just don't want you stressing about them. Make the decision and we can move on, right? But the more you do it, the more confident you get with it, the better you get at it. Okay, so what's in store for you for the filter module? One, we're going to end up filtering these strategies, and I'll go through those. Then I'll give you a tool associated with the strategy, because you got to have a tool. I can teach you everything, but if I don't give you something to apply it to you, it's just knowledge. I'm not giving you anything that you can put into action. And I want you to be into action, so I need to give you the tool. And then the third step is really building upon your decisions. Because once we get into act, and then we get into serve, and then track, all that builds upon this foundation. And then, when you get into the action side, that's going to, build upon what you're going to decide for serve, and what you're going to decide to serve is going to be what you're going to track. So they all is very sequential, right? Step by step. So the strategies we're going to do in the filter module are going to be, we're going to narrow your coaching niche. Very important. We're going to design your perfect client profile. And I've said this before, if you've already done this is a great time to revisit it and make sure it all makes sense, right? Then the third thing is you're going to decide on your client expectations. So I know when I first started coaching, I didn't even think about that. But I now, when I work privately with my clients, I give them a expectations document that what they can expect of me as their coach and what I'm expecting of them. It just helps mitigate any type of issues down the road. So we're going to decide on that for you. Let's see. And then you're going to create your own signature coaching method, right? So I have a great tool and workbook for you to do that as well. And then you're going to curate your coaching offers with your pricing. We're going to start with a signature coaching offer. We may do an upsell and a downsell. If that works for you. If it feels overwhelming, just stick to one. Totally your choice. And then ultimately, we're going to build your brand identity. So I'm going to give you a tool associated to each one as well. So for the narrowing your coaching niche, I'm going to give you a niche ideas checklist with a workbook that works you through it. So I'm going to teach you how to do it. And then you're going to just go to the workbook, pick what you want. And then we've now successfully built that foundational business strategy. Then we're going to go to the design your perfect client profile. And then I'm going to give you a fill in the blank client profile workbook to make it as easy as possible. You can type right in the workbook if you want. Then on your client expectations, I'm going to give you a tip sheet and a template that you can use to create yours. Then we're going to create your signature coaching method. So this is what's going to ultimately make you famous in your coaching niche, because I want you to be the creator of. So for example, I'm the creator of the Build Fast framework for coaches, right? This is really foundational so that you know and you give the bridge from where your perfect client is on their struggles all the way to what they want and their successes. And we're going to pre-design that, and that's going to be our method. And then from your method, we're going to be able to curate those offers. So with the method, I'm going to obviously give you a workbook to work through. Same thing with the offers. I'm going to actually give you coaching packages made easy templates. So if you find yourself wanting to have a mastermind, there's going to be a template for that. If you want to have one-on-one coaching, template for that. If there's, depending on what type of coaching offer you have, and I'm going to give you all the choices, there's going to be templates that you can use that also have suggested pricing in it as well. I want to make this easy for you, right? And then ultimately building your brand identity. I have over 20 done for you coaching brands that I've personally built out, and it took me months to do it, that I'm going to give you, and you can literally just put your name on them, use them as is, and off you go. Or you can change them, mix and match, whatever you want to do. But I want you to have a professional coaching brand super, super easily. Okay. And then again, we're going to then build upon those decisions that you're making. So filter is really about making decisions. Act is about getting into action, right? So once you are making those core business decisions early, right, it's going to set up a clear path for you. It's going to cut out the guesswork as you're growing and scaling, and it's going to make your growth faster, hence the fast track coach. And it's going to make it a lot smoother. It's like laying down tracks for your coaching business, train to just speed along, right? That's really what we're doing, is we're building the tracks for the train to just speed along so that you can get your ultimate destination, which is to make the impact that you want, right? All right, so what's up next? We're going to hop into the first business decision, which is really narrowing down that coaching niche. See you there.